Is going on, guys? Welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Collision post show for June 24th, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Saturday nights, wherever you may be. That's so great to say. First of all, I just have to say that is amazing to say. Guys, we are here to talk about AEW Collision from tonight. I thought it was a good show, man. I really did think it was a good show tonight. We had an amazing 8-man tag team match on the horizon tonight when it comes to CM Punk, FTR, and Ricky Starks taking on BC Gold and the Guns. I thought that was absolutely a fantastic main event of the show tonight. We had the Andrade and Brody King match. I thought that was absolutely a fantastic match. At the end of the day, Andrade being back on AEW television is just absolutely what AEW needed. We have missed Andrade sorely on, AEW programming, and I think it's absolutely showing that he is becoming the workhorse of this brand for, the 2 weeks that it's been on the air. We also had Powerhouse Hobbs in action. It's great seeing Powerhouse Hobbs get some showcase on the show tonight as well. And, at the end of the day, it was just a very, very nice way to get him back into the fold of AEW. Saw some great stuff when it comes to these segments tonight as well. Hiroshi, Tanahashi, and Swerve Strickland had a fantastic match. We saw the partner be revealed for the Sting and Darby Allin match against the team of Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sami Guevara. And that partner turned out to be Tetsuya freaking Naito, man. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. And, Tetsuya Naito makes all the sense in the world. I can't wait to see what they do when it comes to that matchup at Forbidden Door. A lot of stuff was promoted tonight for Forbidden Door, and I can't wait to see what happens when that show takes place tomorrow on pay-per-view. Guys, this is just absolutely fantastic. And I can't wait to talk about everything that happened tonight on AEW Collision so far. And, we are going to be talking about everything that happened on Collision. This was a good show. This is a really good show. Now, was it as hot as it was last week? I personally don't think so, but that's not to say that the show was bad by any means. You usually have to temper your expectations when it comes to shows like this because obviously AEW Collision, the first episode, was going to be red hot right out the gate, and you're going to be getting amazing stuff throughout that entire show. And while this was amazing stuff throughout the entire show, it's not going to be as hot as last week's episode because we're just getting into the ball and getting into the swing of things when it comes to AEW Collision on Saturday nights. Now, guys, this was an absolutely fantastic show. And we're going to go over everything that happened on tonight's show because I thought Collision was absolutely great for what it was tonight, and it definitely closed some loose ends heading into tomorrow's Forbidden Door event. We'll go over everything that's going to be happening at Forbidden Door before we get the hell out of here, and we will just, round out everything for your weekend and get you guys all ready and prepared for Forbidden Door tomorrow, tomorrow evening, guys. So we will be doing our AEW Forbidden Door predictions tomorrow. I will be getting in contact with some people that I want to be a part of that, and we'll be doing that tomorrow afternoon. I said that we were going to be doing it today, but I was just doing errands and everything like that, and I was actually able to be here live for AEW Collision, so I was happy about that. But we will get everything for the AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door preview and predictions tomorrow afternoon, and then we will be right back here for the post show of AEW New Japan's Forbidden Door event tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that, and we will continue to, just pump out content to you guys as we get through this massive weekend for professional wrestling as we head into next weekend for Money in the Bank. So there's just a lot of stuff that goes on when it comes to these next few weeks here within pro wrestling, and it's going to be a very tiring week for sure, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a fantastic week for pro wrestling, and I can't wait to see what happens for this week. So, guys, before we get into everything that happened on the AEW Collision tonight, I do want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support on the channel. You guys have been absolutely killing it as of late, and I can't thank you guys enough. We will continue to get the best content out to you guys every single time that we can, and we love that you guys are just absolutely loving the channel and the way that you guys are. So thank you guys so much for that. Smash the like button if you can, please. Let's get this to 10 likes before the end of the stream. I can tell that YouTube is not sending out notifications, but it's YouTube being YouTube. We're a struggling channel over here as of late, and it's hard to just keep people in, but that's YouTube being YouTube. It's got nothing against you guys. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We will be live tomorrow twice for the AEW New Japan Forbidden Door preview and predictions, and then the review, like I stated earlier. And yeah, we'll continue to do the best thing that we possibly can do. And yeah, go get the merch. Teespring is the official home of OTB and its official merchandise. You guys can go down there to the link in the description. Go get the merchandise today. Go get my merchandise at my merch store over at Teespring, and you can get Loft's merch at his merch store over at Teespring as well. If you guys want to go get something on WWE Shop, go down there in the link in the description for the WWE Shop affiliate link. It's my personal affiliate link, but anything that I get through the link and anything that you guys get when it comes to the commission that I receive when you guys purchase something from that link will go directly to the channel to make sure that OTB continues to do the best it possibly can be. And guys, I want you guys to thank our official sponsor for tonight's episode, and that being SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an official app on your phone and everything like that, where you guys can go get the best tickets for the best deals for whatever event you're going to go to. If you're going to go to a wrestling event, if you're going to go to a concert or anything like that you need a ticket for, use SeatGeek. And use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek. That way you guys can save yourself some money while going to an amazing event. It's absolutely a win-win, and you guys are going to be helping out the channel when you do use that code. So I appreciate SeatGeek for allowing us to be a part of their family and them being a part of our family. It's a great win-win. And use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek, and it's a great, great deal. So with that being said, you guys can also follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. You guys can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @PhillyMap_. And I've been taking a break from social media as of late, but I'm kind of getting back into the groove of things when it comes to the hellhole that is Twitter. Twitter is an absolutely disgusting place to be on when it comes to social media, but it is what it is, and I'm slowly trying to get back. I'm slowly trying to get there, but when it comes to TikTok, however, I don't know when I'll be back, but it's it's hard right now seeing TikTok in the way that it is, but at the end of the day, Wrestle Talk's going to be Wrestle Talk, and we are going to be getting back into the swing of things, hopefully, sooner rather than later. But, I got to get back when I'm ready to get back, So follow me on social media if you are ever so inclined to do so, and join the channel if you don't mind as well. You guys can also join the channel. Join the channel, and you get an official link to the OTB Discord. I will send it to you personally. And yeah, guys, the OTB Discord is a very, very fun space for everybody to get involved with the community of OTB. And you join the channel today, you automatically get a link sent to you, and we can have you be a part of the OTB community. It's a lot of fun over there, and you guys are going to enjoy it. If you guys want to talk about anything that happened on AEW Collision tonight, or you guys want me to talk about anything that happens at Forbidden Door, send in a super chat. Send in a super chat, and I will be reading those out at the end of the show. Yeah, guys, we'll talk everything that you guys want to talk about when you send in those super chats. It doesn't even have to be about what happens tonight or what happens tomorrow. It can legitimately be about anything, and we can talk about it, guys. Send in those super chats, and we'll read them out at the end of the show. All right, guys. Let's get into AEW Collision tonight, guys, because I thought this show was absolutely great. I am doing it solo tonight. I did send out the link and everything like that to, the rest of the OTB crew, the rest of the MEP, but it's a Saturday night. People are out. People are just going crazy on other things and other projects and everything like that. And hey, listen, this is what's going to be happening to AEW on Saturday nights because people want to be out on a Saturday during the summer. But hey, us podcasters here and everything like that for the pro wrestling community, it's not that we don't have a life or anything like that, but sometimes this is our job, and we love doing it. So we're here, we're reviewing AEW Collision. And I can't wait to talk about this show with you guys because this show was great. So, let's get into the show. This is the final show before Forbidden Door. We had CM Punk in the main event, as we all know, in that massive 8-man tag, and this was good. This was good. We open up with CM Punk and FTR hyping up the main event, and they go to the Guns and Jay White and Juice Robinson saying basically the same thing. They were hyping up the main event as well and saying that they are ready to fight. So, let the intro begin, and we go live into the arena with Pyro going off, Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness on commentary welcoming us to the show. And in the ring, we see Tony Schiavone promoting Forbidden Door. Tony introduces Darby Allin and Sting, but Jericho comes out instead. Out comes Chris Jericho and Minoru Suzuki as the Toronto fans are singing along to Judas, Chris Jericho's theme song, and Chris tells Tony to shut up, and then he started talking, then tells the fans to shut up as well, and then he isn't even from Toronto, he is from Winnipeg, and he calls the fans idiots. Jericho says that he and Suzuki are pissed off as they have been waiting for days on who Sting and Darby Allin will choose as their partner, and they are absolutely sick of it at this point. Jericho wants to know who they are going to be choosing, who is going to be crazier and sexier than Chris Jericho. Suzuki and Jericho then do a little bit of a handshake that they do because they are great friends. Jericho says even though Sammy Guevara isn't here, he is still one of the best high flyers within AEW. And Jericho asks again if he and says that they are not waiting for the answer. He then got into Tony Schiavone's face and asked who the partner is. Tony Schiavone doesn't know. And Jericho says that he would put the bat to Tony Schiavone's throat and he would knock his teeth in if he didn't tell Jericho who the partner is. And like I said earlier, Schiavone does not have a single clue who this partner is. Sting's music hits. Darby and Sting then come out, and it's to a big ovation here in the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Sting is jawing at Jericho in the ring, and the fans are loud and getting crazy with the holy shit chants. Jericho tells the fans to shut up, and Darby Allin says to Jericho, no, you shut up. I got something to say. Darby then tells Sammy that, he doesn't need Chris Jericho. He then tells Sammy that if he stands with Jericho at Forbidden Door, he's going to kick his ass. Darby says that the partner that they chose is going to kick Jericho's ass in the Tokyo Dome. And then the music hit of Tetsuya Naito. Tetsuya Naito, really the only big name that wasn't even a part of the AEW Forbidden Door card just yet. His music hit. The crowd went absolutely crazy. And he looks good. Looks really, really good. I love Tetsuya Naito. I think Tetsuya Naito is absolutely, one of the best that they got over there in New Japan. And obviously, we all know how great Tetsuya Naito is. He gets into the ring. Jericho looks a bit frightened that it's Tetsuya Naito because Naito and Jericho have a ton of history. The fans begin to chant Naito. Jericho says something to Naito as Jericho leaves the ring. Jericho walks off as Sting, Darby, and Naito are in the ring, and they basically stand tall as Suzuki and Jericho are cowering away to the backstage area. So, Tetsuya Naito is the official partner of Sting and Darby Allin for Forbidden Door. I absolutely think that's a great decision. This is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see what Jericho does with Naito at Forbidden Door. I can't wait to see if Jericho and Sting get to mix it up. I can't wait to see what Darby and Jericho do. I can't even wait to see what Darby and Sammy can do in the ring together because of all of this, because Sammy is most likely splitting away from the JAS once this is all said and done, hopefully. And we'll be able to see what happens when it comes to Sammy being a part of, being on his own. So I think this is going to be great for everybody involved. I think Tetsuya Naito is going to be absolutely fantastic in this match. And this is a great decision, and honestly, the right decision made by Tony Khan. A lot of people were thinking it could have been Goldberg. And I was even thinking in the back of my head myself that it could have been Goldberg, but it wasn't. But trust me when I say this, guys, Goldberg will be here in AEW. I don't like it. I don't want it to happen, but Goldberg will most likely be here. And it'll most likely happen during the build for All In. It's either going to happen at All In or All Out. And, it's just going to have to be, discussed at some point. But it's Tetsuya Naito teaming with Sting and Darby Allin, and I could not be more happy about that decision. And that's going to be a great match at Forbidden Door. Can't wait to see what happens when Naito gets into the goddamn ring with everybody involved in that match. Going to be fantastic. We then started off with our first matchup of the night, and that was Hiroshi Tanahashi and Swerve Strickland. What's going on, Arturo? Before the match even begins, the fans started to chant for Tanahashi. The bell rings, and we begin. This match was so freaking good. So good. So good. And I'm going to pick it up from the picture-in-picture break because this match was just, I can't go through everything, but I will pick it up from the picture-in-picture break because this was really good. As Tanahashi is on the floor, Swerve works on him and sends him into the barricade. Swerve then tosses him back into the ring and covers him, but Tanahashi kicks out at the count of 2. Swerve continues to continue on the offense onto Tanahashi in the ring, in the corner, and Swerve climbs to the top rope and comes down, hitting Tanahashi with a big elbow to the face. We're back from the picture-in-picture break, and both men are exchanging blows. Tanahashi comes back with punches on Swerve, and it takes him down with a forearm. Tanahashi then picks up Swerve and drops him. He goes to the top rope, comes down on Swerve, and covers him for the kick out at the count of 2. Swerve then tosses Tanahashi into the turnbuckle, who falls back as Swerve covers him only for a count of 2 once again. Swerve then starts trash-talking Tanahashi and rolls Swerve up for a kick-out. Tanahashi then hits Swerve with a sling blade for a very, very close 2 count. Tanahashi then goes to the top rope for the high fly flow, but the knees were up on Swerve, and he goes for the cover with the roll up after the knees, and it was a kick out at the count of 2. Tanahashi with the knee and climbs to the top rope. Swerve then attempts a double stomp, but Tanahashi moves out of the way, and he hits Swerve with a sling blade. Tanahashi then goes to the top rope, and Swerve gets up. Tanahashi then spots Swerve back down to the mat. He hits a huge high fly flow frog splash for the win and got the victory on AEW Collision. And Tanahashi picks up a big win ahead of his AEW World Championship match against MJF at Forbidden Door. Speaking of MJF, his music hit, and Tanahashi looks on. MJF appears on the big screen and tells Tanahashi that he is going to embarrass him and that he is not on the level of the devil. He told Tanahashi that he told Tony Khan that, listen, the only way I'm actually going to be able to do this type of a match is if I go on first. Because, let's face it, I am not going to be waiting around and stay in a dump like Canada for longer than I have to. And he said to Tanahashi that he is going to take his bony knees and shove them right up his ass. He's going to take his air guitar, stick it in between his bony-legged knees, and stick it right up his ass. So, listen, this is great. This is great. I am not mad at all that we're going to be getting MJF and Tanahashi to kick off AEW Forbidden Door, mainly because of the fact of what he said right here is 100% true. He does not need to stay in Canada for as long as he has to, and honestly, I was even pushing for him to not even be a part of the AEW Forbidden Door concept, because let's be real, guys, this is not in MJF's real house. He does not need to be a part of a show like this. This was not meant to be something for him. But he's going to be defending the AEW World Championship against Tanahashi. And it's going to be a great match. And we know it's going to be. MJF he's had bangers all year long, And Tanahashi, he may be getting up there in age, but, he's going to have a good match against somebody like an MJF. MJF is going to be, getting Tanahashi throughout this match, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time, and MJF is obviously going to retain the championship here, but at the end of the day, this is going to be a great match. And I can't wait to see what they do when it comes to Tanahashi and MJF for the AEW World Championship at Forbidden Door. So, it's going to be really good. It's going to be really good. We come back from commercial break, and we have an outside shot of the arena, and it looks just really cool. The outside shots of arenas that AEW and WWE have been doing as of late are just really fucking cool, and I can't get enough of that kind of stuff. So that was just awesome. We come back into the arena, however, and we are starting off with Brody King and Andrade El Idolo. And this was fantastic. This was awesome. I can't get enough of how, I can't get enough of how great Andrade being back on AEW television is for the company. I have wanted Andrade back in AEW for so freaking long. And now that we finally have him back and he's on AEW Collision, he's been on both AEW Collision shows. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to see him almost weekly, now on this show, and it's going to be fantastic to see. We had a banger match with him and Buddy Matthews last week on Collision. We had a banger match with him and Brody King on AEW Collision. He's most likely going to be facing a Malachi Black within the coming weeks. I don't know if that's going to be happening next week or the week after, but oh my god, it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to see what they do. I really hope LFI reunites and gets back into the swing of things and gets back into the fold and goes after those trios championships when it comes to Brody King and the rest of the House of Black. I really do, man. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and I want LFI and HOB House of Black to be a part of that. What's going on, Deontay? So, Andrade snaps the neck of King on the top rope. Andrade then trips up King and leaps over the apron and grabs King's leg. But he kicks Andrade. Both men are down. Andrade is to his feet first, and Andrade picks up King as he fights off with elbows. Andrade then drops King, and then he hits him with the double knees. Andrade then covers King, who kicks out at the count of 2. Andrade then tries to pick up King, but he can't because of his lower back being worked on throughout the match. And he then kicks King in the chest. He then recovers and tries to pick up Andrade, but the knees give out because Andrade was working on the knees of Brody King. King then catches him and delivers him with a Death Valley driver into the turnbuckles onto Andrade. King then picks up Andrade, but his knees give way, and Andrade hits him with a chop block. As Andrade goes for the figure 4, Julia Hart gets on the ring apron. Andrade then turns around and he hits King with the lariat and puts the figure 4 on King. But in comes Buddy Matthews, causing a disqualification, and both Matthews and King are taking out Andrade in a 2-on-1 assault, and it fades to black. Matthews picks up Andrade as King drops him to the mat with a pile driver. And Julia Hart is holding Andrade's mask in the ring. And with that, we saw Malachi Black appearing on the big screen, and the lights go out, and now is the end of the segment. So Andrade is most likely going to be facing Malachi Black within the next few weeks, and I think that's going to be absolutely great. He's just going through the House of Black members one by one as of right now, and hopefully this leads to LFI being reformed to get to the House of Black, and we get a trios match out of it. Now, he is 1-1 in these House of Black matches. He won last week against Buddy Matthews, and he technically is 2-0 because Andrade won by DQ, but obviously the DQ finish doesn't totally it's not a clean victory, is what I mean. So at that point in time, we'll see what happens when he faces Malachi Black. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great rivalry, and I can't wait to see what they do when it comes to LFI and the House of Black. We could possibly be seeing that at All In or All Out, the AEW World Trios Championship. So it's going to be cool to see either way, and I can't wait to see what they do with LFI and House of Black. We're back with Tony Schiavone introducing Christian Cage and Luchasaurus as they are going to be readdressing this TNT Championship situation. As we all know, Luchasaurus beat Wardlow last week on Collision for the TNT Championship, but who really is the TNT Champion? Because we all saw Christian holding the championship up like he fucking won the title. So what is the situation when it comes to the TNT title. So, Lucha, and God dang it, George, you're okay. Somebody just loves to close their door hard outside. So Luchasaurus and Christian Cage come out to booze, obviously, and he is holding the TNT Championship, that being Christian Cage, and Christian has the title around his shoulder, and he and Luchasaurus get into the ring. Tony asks Christian how it feels to be back at home in Toronto, as the fans chant his name. Christian then says that he left the show last week in a really, really bad mood for a lot of reasons, and he would be back in Toronto with the TNT Championship. He said that he is in a bad mood as he stepped off the airplane. He said that Toronto breeds losers as the fans blew. He started to trash talk the Maple Leafs and how they choke in the second round of the championship. And it's the status quo of Toronto. And the only glimmer of hope was the Toronto Raptors when they won the championship back in 2019. He says that Toronto and the fans are losers, and he had to leave the city to become a champion. The fans continue to boo loud and tells the fans to shut up. He then says that there's a housekeeping item that needs to be addressed tonight. No more open challenges for the TNT Championship. If you want a shot at the title, you have to earn it. You have to scratch and claw your way to earn a shot at the TNT Championship. He says that he did not create the vanity title that was created by a guy who used to travel the roads here in AEW. Shout out to Cody. And he says that Lucha will be the TNT champion forever. He holds the championship on his shoulder by Lucha, holding the TNT title high above his shoulders. And Christian Cage is holding the championship above his head, but he's saying that Luchasaurus is the TNT champion and he will be the champion forever. So, what's really happening here? This is great. The fans were legitimately chanting Christian's name, and within a snap of a finger, the guy just continues to get booed in his hometown, in front of his hometown crowd, and it's just amazing to see. I fucking love Christian Cage. He's such a dick, and I love that about him. He's awesome, just fucking awesome. So we have a video package hyping up the men's Owen Hart tournament. We saw Ricky Starks, Juice Robinson, CM Punk, and Powerhouse Hobbs all talking about this tournament. You saw Punk, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Ricky Starks talking about this tournament and how much it means to them, knowing that it's in the legacy of Owen Hart. And it's great to see. I personally have a Punk and Starks final, but we'll see what happens when it comes to the Owen Hart tournament. Punk has his first match against God damn it. I had it all in my head. Who is Punk facing at this goddamn pay-per-view in this tournament? There we go. Punk has this match. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Satoshi Kojima in the tournament tomorrow at Forbidden Door. He's going to be facing Kojima in the first round match, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome to see him go up against Kojima, but we all know Punk is most likely winning that to go on to the semifinals of the tournament. So this was really cool to see when it comes to that. Then we have the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament quarterfinal match between Willow Nightingale and Nyla Rose. This was good. This is good here. We come back from a commercial break. Nyla scooped up Willow and dropped her. She then attempts to do the leg drop, but Willow moves out of the way. Nyla then charges Willow, but she moves out of the way again. Willow then takes down Nyla and charges at her in the corner, and a running knee connects. Willow then drops a knee, and drop kicks Nyla and covers her for a kick out to count of 2 by Nyla Rose. Nyla then tries to pick up Willow, but is unable to. Nyla then is able to pick up Willow again and dropped her down. Nyla then covers Willow for only a count of 2. Nyla then picks up Willow in the corner and hits her with a series of punches. Willow then tries to fight back, and she then hits a running shoulder block on Nyla to pick up Nyla and delivered her with a gut-wrench powerbomb for the win, and she moves on into the semifinals. That's good. Nyla Rose very serviceable in the ring. Willow Nightingale getting in there with Nyla Rose, and the New Japan Strong Women's Champion moves on into the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament. Awesome stuff there. And after the match, we see the Outcasts and Toni Storm, Saraya, and Ruby Soho surround Willow Nightingale. And it looked like it was not going to be a good night for Willow Nightingale afterwards because of the 3-on-1 assault. But Sky Blue, who is also in the tournament, in the Owen Hart Cup tournament, her music hits. She runs down to the ring to help out Willow, and she had a steel chair in tow. The heels then retreat and trash talk Willow and Sky as they leave the arena. It'll be Willow Nightingale taking on Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship at Forbidden Door. So that's going to be awesome to see. And I can't wait to see how they do at Forbidden Door. Most likely Toni Storm is winning, but it should be a great spot for Willow, and it's going to be an awesome showcase for both champions. So, awesome stuff there. We then go backstage with an interview with Lexi Nair and it's Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky had a video package last week saying that he is officially back in AEW, but Scorpio Sky is talking about his highlight reel. He says, listen, this is a great highlight reel, right? But now I am here, and, he's basically reintroducing himself into AEW. He is one half of the first ever World Tag Team Champions in AEW in SCU. He is a former 2-time TNT champion, and, that was a shell of his former self, but he is back here in AEW, and he is here to make an impact. So it's great to see Scorpio Sky back. I think this is a more focused, a more rejuvenated Scorpio Sky, and I can't wait to see what he does when he does get back into the ring here in AEW. So it's going to be awesome to see Scorpio back, and I can't wait to see what he does. We then had Powerhouse Hobbs take on Jeremy Prophet. Who's Jeremy Prophet? Got no idea. But Powerhouse Hobbs took care of business anyway. Powerhouse. And, the bell rung and Hobbs immediately dropped Prophet. Prophet wasn't even really paying attention. He was, he was doing his thing for the crowd, and the bell rung early, and, Powerhouse Hobbs just went to town. Hobbs nails Prophet with a series of elbows in the corner and tells Prophet to get up. Hobbs then picks up Prophet and then drops him hard onto the back of his neck. Then Hobbs picks him up and does lariats to the back of the head and to the front of the head, just over and over and over again. And then he did a huge spine buster for the win. And that was it. That was really it. This was just a huge showcase match for Powerhouse Hobbs, saying that he is back and better than ever. Powerhouse Hobbs needs to be featured on the show. If not weekly, bi-weekly. And the guy deserves a lot of praise. I've been a Powerhouse Hobbs guy since day one. And he needs to be showcased a lot more. This guy could honestly be your first black AEW world champion. And, you know, that's not a knock to anybody else that has held this AEW World Championship, right? But the AEW World Championship is, you know, something that Powerhouse Hobbs, if AEW ever sees that within him, he can hold that championship with pride and absolutely kill it as the AEW World Champion if they are ever so inclined to give him a shot at the title. This was great. This was just a great showcase for him, you know? I mean, he's been out for a little while. Not with an injury or anything like that. He just hasn't been on TV. But this is why Collision exists. Get the people that aren't usually featured on AEW Dynamite programming onto here. And, man, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit when it comes to Powerhouse Hobbs. And I think we really can see that, especially with this. I mean, I know it's a squash match. I know it's against a guy named Jeremy Prophet. But the man is awesome. Powerhouse Hobbs is an awesome motherfucker. And the guy can go. So let him go. It's just awesome. So good. So good. It's Powerhouse Hobbs. Nigel and Kevin run down the card for Forbidden Door on Sunday, and the Forbidden Door card go as follows. And this is in no particular order. We have Sonata taking on Jack Perry. Sonata will be defending his IWGP World's Heavyweight Championship. The AEW World Championship, which we do know is going to be going on first. We know that's going to be the first matchup that'll open up AEW Forbidden Door. MJF will be defending the AEW World Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi. The Owen Hart Cup quarter-final matchup between CM Punk and Satoshi Kojima. The AEW Women's World Championship will be on the line as Toni Storm take on Willow Nightingale. Toni Storm being the defender. The AEW International Championship will be defended in a fatal four-way or a four-way match in terms of AEW standards. It is the AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy defending his championship against the Ring of Honor Pure Champion Katsuyori Shibata, the IWGP Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr., and Daniel Garcia. There is a six-man tag team match with Sting, Darby Allin, and now we know it's Tetsuya Naito versus Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara. Then we have a 10-man tag team match as the Blackpool Combat Club and John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Shota Umino, and Konosuke Takeshita take on the Elite and Hangman Adam Page, the Young Bucks, Tomohiro Ishii, and Eddie Kingston. Then we have Adam Cole taking on Tom Lawler in singles competition. We have an IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship match. The two matches that are really selling this card. Kenny Omega will be defending the championship against Will Ospreay. And the main event. We know this is the main event. because they said on AEW television, it is the dream match that everybody has been asking for. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, taking on the man, the myth, the legend, and Kazuchika Okada. This is a fantastic card. This is a fantastic card. If you guys are, still on the fence of buying this pay-per-view or watching this pay-per-view in whatever avenue that you have available to you, watch it. Watch it. You guys are not going to want to miss this show. I know. It's hard buying pay-per-views nowadays. And I get it. It's tough. It really is tough, but you are not going to want to miss this show. Last year, Claudio Castagnoli debuted at AEW Forbidden Door. There's going to be a lot of surprises on the show, man. I cannot wait to see what happens. This card on paper is incredible, but I know it's going to deliver. AEW Forbidden Door is usually one of the most anticipated shows of the entire year. It was one of the most anticipated shows last year. This year is no different. This year is legitimately being headlined by two of the biggest matches that we have seen in quite some time. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. We saw that back at Wrestle Kingdom 17. I don't know how they're going to top what they're going to try. And then Bryan Danielson and Kazuchika Okada. I mean, come on now. Come on now. What else do you have to say? It's Okada and Danielson. This is why Danielson left WWE to go to AEW because he wants to fucking wrestle. He wants to do matches like this. This is going to be insane. And I can't wait to see what they do. Watch the show. You're going to have all your monies be worth... It's going to be worth the money. And it's just going to be an awesome night. It's going to be an awesome night for pro wrestling. And just not going to want to miss it, man. I know I'm not. I'm definitely not missing this show. At all. So, this is just awesome. This is just awesome. I can't wait for this goddamn show. I'm so freaking pumped. If you guys couldn't tell already. So, just announced MJF will be making his AEW Collision debut next week on the show. So, he'll be wrestling. Which is awesome. And then we come back from commercial break into the main event of CM Punk, FTR, and Ricky Starks taking on the team of Jay White, Juice Robinson, who, by the way, is rock hard, and the Guns. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but guys, Juice Robinson is rock hard. I know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I know. Listen, I know. I just have good sources, man. I don't know what you want me to say. I have good sources, and the sources are telling me that Juice Robinson is rock hard. I don't know what you want me to say, bro. I know. It's crazy. I get it. I know. You hear this guy? But this is an awesome main event. I can't get enough of this main event. We had at least 2 picture-in-picture commercial breaks, so I'm going to pick it up from the second one. Juice Robinson's promo against CM Punk was amazing. What's going on, Nick? yes, it was. Dude, I don't know if you watched this whole show or not, but man, this whole show was awesome. And this main event was even better, man. We're going to pick it up from the second picture-in-picture. And Jay White hits Punk with a huge chop. And then as Punk is on the top rope, Jay White tells Punk that he doesn't belong in the ring anymore. Punk kicks him off, and Jay... then he nails him with across body as the fans continue to boo him almost out of the building of the Scotiabank Arena. You know, I have to talk about that first. Fuck it. We're going to pause here. The boos in the arena were fucking deafening. They were deafening in the arena. And I have to say, listen, and I have to say this now because, you know, if I'm a CM Punk guy, okay? And I know, me being a CM Punk guy, it gets me vilified, you know. It's a vilified type of thing when you're a fan of CM Punk, especially with what he did, you know, at the All Out Media Scrum last year. But listen, whether you like him or whether you hate him, the guy's getting a reaction out of you. And that is exactly what he is trying to do. That is exactly what he's trying to do. At the end of the day, you are legitimately feeding into the ego of CM Punk. Now, when it comes to CM Punk, do I condone anything that he did at the All Out Media Scrum? Hell fucking no. It was stupid. It was dumb. The guy, you know, legitimately almost ruined AEW because of it. But he is back. He is back in AEW whether anybody wants it or not. And he is going to be pushed into the way that Tony Khan is going to be wanting to push him. He's in this Owen Hart Cup tournament for a reason. He's going to be going up against Kojima at Forbidden Door, and it's going to be awesome to see. Now, I said this in a Discord server not too long ago, but the first time CM Punk was back, the first time CM Punk was around, he continued to say how much he loved us and how much he, you know, loved being back in the world of pro wrestling, all this, all that. You know, it's he just loved being back. Honestly, I hated that version of Punk. I hated that version of Punk so much because, yes, we love that you're back. Yes, we love that you are back in the world of pro wrestling. We have been wanting you back in pro wrestling. The fans that actually like you wanted you back in pro wrestling for, the years that you were gone. But stop showering us with love and praise and just be the dick that you are. We know that you're a natural heel, Punk, so just be that natural heel. You know, him being, overly loving and being an over babyface within the company, sure, Punk as a babyface is awesome. But Punk as a heel is even better. And Punk not giving a single fucking shit about what you have to say is better for him and is better for AEW in the long run. Punk as a heel is better for business. And if you don't think that, then I don't know what you're watching or I don't know what you're talking about at the end of the day. Punk being cheered in Chicago, I mean, dude, that's what it was going to be. But Punk being booed basically everywhere else in the world. He's a goddamn heel. So let him be a heel. Now, people are probably going to hate it. People are probably going to just hate him for, just him existing in the world of pro wrestling and him just being back in AEW. Hate. Hate all you want. Hate all you want, people, because at the end of the day, he's going to be back in AEW, whether anybody likes it or not, and he's going to be right here getting the reaction that you guys are legitimately just feeding to him, and he loves every second of it. He loves every single second of it, and at the end of the day, that is exactly why he is back. To just rub it in your goddamn faces. I love it, man. I love it. And, if he ruffles some feathers along the way, oh well. Now, well. Now, if he blows up like he did at the all-out media scrum again, then we're going to have a fucking issue, and then I'll go right back on here and say that I was all wrong, you know? But him being a heel is better for AEW in the long run, and it's going to work out in the end. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome to see, and it's just going to be better overall. So, there. I have to get that out of the open and out there, you know, just to the world. So, Punk is crawling to the corner, but Jay prevents Punk to get a tag in. Jay again takes Punk down, and as Punk comes back up to his feet, Jay then chops him and sends him into the corner. Jay continues to keep Punk from tagging in to his partners, and the Guns then come around to take out FTR and Ricky Starks. Juice is tagged in, and he attempts the GTS, but Punk escapes, and Ricky is tagged in as he takes out the Guns, Juice Robinson, and Jay White. So he's just going all over the place. Starks then works on the Guns and covers Austin for a very close near fall. Ricky is double teamed by Juice and Jay as all 8 men are fighting it out, you know, everywhere within the arena. The action goes on to the outside with FTR and Juice and Jay. Back into the ring, Austin is able to tag in Jay and is dropped to the Blue Thunder Bomb by Ricky Starks. Beautiful, by the way. Juice breaks up the pinfall on Jay. The Guns are in and drop Dax and Cash. Then Cash comes in and picks up Austin and tosses him to the outside of the ring. Punk spiked Jay. Jay then drops Ricky and covers him for a very close 2 count. Before that, though, I have to say, if the barricade was not there during the, you know, Cash Tope Suicida, he would have been like in like the 5th row. The guy would have been in like the 5th row. So, holy shit, Cash has a, you know, darting Tope Suicida. Punk spiked Jay, then Jay dropped Ricky, covered him for a count of 2. Ricky then speared Austin. He speared Jay. He speared Juice. But Jay recovered and hit him with the Blade Runner. And 1, 2, 3, he pins Ricky Starks and got the win. He got the freaking win for the team. And Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Guns pick up the win at the end of AEW Collision. And Punk's team lost. Now, listen, Punk is not going to win them all. He's obviously not going to win them all upon his comeback. But I was actually very shocked that Juice, Jay, and the Guns won this thing here. But I'm not mad at it, you know? This was awesome. This was an awesome main event. And having the heels go over here, not a bad decision whatsoever. And the Guns are officially a part of Bullet Club Gold. Because they all did the gun thing at the end of the show. And that's how the show went off the air. They did a final hype for AEW Forbidden Door tomorrow night. But that's how the show went off the air, with everybody doing the finger guns. And the Guns are a part of Bullet Club Gold. Now, I can see a lot of possibilities when it comes down to this. I can see a lot of possibilities when it comes down to the Owen Hart Cup tournament. You know, Punk is on one side of the bracket and Ricky Starks is on the other. I could possibly see a CM Punk Ricky Starks final, and maybe Punk turns on Ricky Starks. Maybe Ricky Starks turn. Well, no, I wouldn't want Ricky Starks to turn on CM Punk, because Ricky Starks is so over as a babyface right now, you wouldn't want to turn him heel. So yeah, Punk should turn on Ricky Starks throughout the next few weeks here on Dynamite and Collision, and really turn up the heat of him being a heel. And then you have Punk and Ricky Starks being the finals of the tournament. And if I were CM Punk, I would put Starks over. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. I would put Starks over. I would. Because let's face it, guys, CM Punk does not need to win the Owen Hart Cup tournament. He does not need to win the Owen Hart tournament. He really doesn't. And if he does, then we'll have a talk about that. But yeah, I don't think CM Punk really needs to win the tournament. Ricky Starks being the winner of the Owen Hart Cup makes the most sense here. And it would be awesome to see, Ricky Starks being the winner of the Owen Hart Cup. So that's what I see. I see a CM Punk, Ricky Starks final, and CM Punk turns on Ricky Starks, and we'll see that match in the finals, and it'll be awesome to see. So there is that. No super chats tonight, which that is okay. I know it takes a lot, for somebody to donate something to the channel, and that's perfectly okay. But super chats are always there for you guys, and joining the channel as well is always there for you guys. And if you guys do join the channel, you will automatically get a link to the OTB Discord. I mean, for those of you guys who are already a part of the OTB Discord, you guys are already there. And, joining the channel is just, an awesome way to support us. But if there is anything you guys want to talk about for Forbidden Door or AEW Collision, or basically anything that's happening throughout the next week, because Money in the Bank is next weekend, super chats are always open, and we will be able to get those to you at the end of the show. And Nick, I see your comment there. Have you covered Fuego del Sol leaving AEW? Where is he going next? I don't know. I didn't really cover that here, but I mean, I can talk about it now. I really don't know where he's going to go next. I mean, I liked Fuego. I do. I think Fuego's a good talent and all, but they just didn't really see anything in him. He got signed to AEW. They did the thing with him. They did Fuego 1 and Fuego 2 with Cody. And it is what it is. But I could see him go to Impact with Alan Angels. I could see something going on when it comes to that. If WWE has any interest in Fuego, I mean, I wouldn't mind that, considering Cody is there. But I don't think WWE would have any interest in Fuego, personally. It's not that I have anything against Fuego del Sol. It's just I don't think WWE would be looking towards him. If anything, I think Impact would be the best move for him. But, we'll see where things go. I think he is effectively leaving as of July 1st. So, or he'll be effectively gone from AEW on July 1st. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But if it were up to me, I think we'd be able to see him more on like a normal basis and Impact, and it would be an awesome thing to see when it comes to that there. So that's where I'd see him go, But yeah, that's an awesome question, and thank you so much for asking that. But yeah, I would personally see him go to Impact, and we'll see where things go from there. So, a few programming notes for you guys before we get the hell out of here, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday nights. We'll be live twice tomorrow for the AEW New Japan Forbidden Door preview and predictions. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be getting in contact with people that I want to be a part of that show. and then the AEW New Japan Forbidden Door post show. That'll be happening right after Forbidden Door goes off the air. So there is that. And I will be doing it right off the air for Forbidden Door. Usually when it comes to AEW pay-per-views nowadays, we would probably just save it for Tuesday, but as you guys know, we haven't really been doing Tuesdays, you know, for the channel as of late. So we are going to be doing it right after Forbidden Door goes off the air. So I better see, you know, I better see YouTube actually giving out notifications for that show, because, dude, that's going to be an awesome talk for the channel, and I can't wait to see what everybody has in store when it comes to their comments for Forbidden Door. But yeah, hopefully YouTube would actually get out the notifications when it comes to OTB, because I mean, we're a struggling channel enough as it is, you know. It's hard trying to get people in here, but at the end of the day, also YouTube, if they're not sending out notifications, we can't get an audience. So it is what it is. So there is that. Also, did you see Jerry Lynn is going to be in the Wrestling Code game, and Brian Clark is an Ultra Pro Wrestling game? That's awesome. I did see Jerry Lynn being a part of the Wrestling Code, but I did not know Brian Clark would be an Ultra Pro. So that's awesome. But yeah, you know, that's really cool to see. But yeah, we'll talk about Forbidden Door all day tomorrow. So that's gonna be awesome to see. And yeah, join us. Join us for the preview and predictions tomorrow afternoon, and then the post show right here on OTB after Forbidden Door is off the air. It's going to be an awesome, awesome show, and I can't wait to see Bryan Danielson and god dang Kazuchika freaking Okada, bro. That's, oh, I've been wanting to see that match for ages, and now that we're actually going to be able to see it unfold, oh my god. Oh my freaking god, man. It's going to be so good. Thank you guys for all the love and support on the channel as of late. I can't wait to see what Forbidden Door has in store for us, guys, and it's going to be just an awesome, awesome event. You guys are not going to want to miss it, and just stay tuned. Stay tuned for all the stuff, guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good rest of the night, guys. Stay safe. God bless. And we will talk to you tomorrow. All things AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless. And peace.